Do you own an international business and you're worried about double taxation? Welcome to Office Hours. My name is Victor Delerme. I'm a CPA, and today I'm going to answer some of the tax questions that you guys have. And if you have additional questions or you'd like to know more about what I just spoke about, drop a comment down below and I'll get back to you.
How are international taxes handled for a US-registered LLC with global partnerships and income from multiple countries?
So if you have an LLC in the US and you do international business, you have global partners, you would have income outside of the US and you have income inside of the US. And for tax purposes, what is taxed in the US would be income that is sourced inside of the US. Let me give you an example. Recently, we consulted with a tour company with operations in the US and also globally. The way it works is they sell packages, vacation packages around the world, right? For different tours. In their business, the income generated in the vacation packages that they sold in the US is going to be taxed in the US. Vacation packages that were sold outside of the US primarily are going to be taxed in the countries where the tours took place. So if you own a business and you conduct business in the US, but also you conduct business outside of the US, mainly the source income in the US is going to be taxed in the US. And then if you have global partners or payments outside of the US for services rendered outside of the US, the taxation is going to be primarily in those countries.
Do I need to pay taxes in the US if I'm a Peruvian citizen with an LLC in Florida, operating my business from Peru without any workers in the US?
Well, it all depends, right? First of all, congratulations. We support a number of clients that live in Latin America. They have a business in the US, right? They may have an LLC registered in Florida, like in your case, or a corporation registered in Delaware. And there's multiple steps that you need to have in order for you to conduct business in the US if you live outside of the US, right? But let me give you a broad strokes what you need to do in order for you to make sure that you're conducting business the legal way within the US. You will set up an LLC in the state of Florida or operation in any other state. And then you need to make sure that you have a business license in order for you to operate. The state and the city in which the corporation is going to be registered is going to vary, right? So the rules and regulations are going to vary in terms of the license that are required in order for you to conduct business. And then of course, you want to make sure that you have the right contracts in order for you to service your clients, your customers. And then you are going to need the banking relationships in order for you to collect payments and have payments go to your checking account for your corporation in the US, right? So now let's talk about taxation, which is the main question. You're asking whether you are going to pay taxes or not. Well, it all depends. So corporations paid about 21% tax rate. But again, it all depends on how profitable the business is and the tax plan that you have implemented, because then the taxation could be further minimized.
Do you get taxed twice for having double citizenship? I am a Colombian married to a US citizen.
So the way it works is in the US, you have to report your global income, right? So if you're native from Colombia, but now you are a US citizen, and if you have income from Colombia, that income in Colombia, it's going to be taxed in Colombia, right? And the income that you earn in Colombia and also the income that you earn in the US is going to be subject to taxation. The nice thing about it is the US will give you a tax break for the taxes that you paid in Colombia. So if you're a native from Colombia, you have some income in Colombia, you'll have to have your reportings in Colombia. And then if you're in the US, as a US citizen, you will report your global income, right? And then you'll take a credit for the taxes that you paid in Colombia in your US taxes. And thanks for watching. That's the video for today. And if you have any questions, any comments, you'd like to know more, drop a comment down below. Again, my name is Victor Delerme, and I'll see you in the next one.